Welcome to the Biazo weekend warm-up, and we're getting ready for our first game of the year 2023. It's match day 9. We're playing against United Brothers. So this particular game has quite a lot of emotions involved because of the way that United Brothers, most of them were part of Biazo last year, and then at a point there was not a falling out per se, but more like people rose up against the leadership of the team, and with that there was efforts to pull out a lot of players from the team as well, encourage people to leave and go and start their own thing, of which a number of guys have did that, and ultimately United Brothers, the team, was born. That really affected our season last year. It affected, there was a point during the league where we went through a very bad patch, and you could see that all the stuff that was happening off the field was actually affecting the performance of the team. That's what happened last year. It happened, it's past, now we need to move on. But it's impossible to not remember all of those things when you come against that particular team. So this weekend is one of those games where we definitely, once again, we want to go in, play well, and win the game. But most importantly, we want to win the game. The important thing also for us is to say, even with all that happened, with the history and everything, we need to ensure that our focus is on the game. Don't let the emotions take our distraction and our focus away from the game. So ultimately, that is what we are going for this weekend again. We want to start off the year on a good positive note. We want to start the year with 3 points again this weekend. Now, if you look at the log as a whole, you realize that it's actually quite tight. The league is there for the taking. The guys are, everyone is hungry for it. There's a lot of teams that are challenging for it. We actually spoke with the coach earlier on today, just to get his views on where the team is at the moment, and also just looking ahead at this coming weekend, what we can expect from the team. This is what the coach had to say. What has your take been on the first 8 games of the season? Biazo is currently sitting 5th, and what's your expectation?
Okay, no. Our first 8 games, we won out of 8. We won 5. We lost 2 games and we drew 1. So if you ask him in terms of results, we didn't do that bad. If you manage to win 5 games out of 8 matches, it's a good progress for the team. People might say some of them are walkovers, but it's none of our business. If as long as you showed up on the match, the record said that you have played 8 games, you won 5, you lost 2 games, and you drawn 1. So it's a good record for the team so far. And what I noticed that in our first 8 games, I like the consistency that we had as a team. We knew exactly what we wanted to build as a team, and also in terms of playing the way we want to play as a team, it was there. So the December break, I can say, it has distracted that a bit, because now when we come back on Saturday, it's going to be quite a different team, because people are still at home. So we just have to squeeze in and find a way to play the match on Saturday. But I can tell you that the 8 games that we played, there was a bit of consistency in terms of the players, in terms of consistency in terms of the squad. So I didn't have much problems. We just changed 1 or 2 people, but I had the common players that I've been having from game 1. So it was a good sign for us. I believe and hope that in 2023 we'll be able to emulate the same thing, because as you can see as a team, I can remember very well that the person that played at the left back, the person that played right back, I'm sure as I played 3 or 4 games. The midfield, they've been playing together for some time. So now, up front, there's the same thing. You are Morgan, you are Lungelos. I was talking to Lungelos along. We played almost 7 games. So it's a good sign. Prince has played a lot of games as well, and they are here. So what I was happy about in our first 8 games is the consistency of the boys. If we can emulate the same thing coming to 2023, it will help us a lot.
All right, you spoke about the walkovers, and the 2 walkovers you had was one against West City and then another one against Westview. With the walkovers, you get 3 points and 2 goals. Do you think the walkovers work for you or against you?
It just depends. To be honest with you, sometimes one might say, "Now maybe I could have scored 5, I could have scored 7, I would have scored 8." It's a nature of human mind that you might think that day could have happened, but that thing is, we didn't play the game, so you cannot judge a game based on just assumption that, oh, I think we could have done this or we could have gone that way. You see, so if you ask me now, that walkover, I mean, it's a situation whereby you go there, our aim is 3 points. We might need to collect 3 points, yet we might have scored. Who knows? Maybe we could have lost the game. Who knows? Maybe we could have drawn the game. So to me, I really don't have any issues in terms of walkovers. If a team didn't show up and at the end of the day you collect 3 points, you go home. For me, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay if it happens that you have scored you have collecting 2 goals and go home. What matters at the end of the day is 3 points. So now, as long as I go home with my 3 points, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Although sometimes my mind will tell you that we would have done that. I mean, if you ask me today that did I thought that I'm gonna lose against Denver, I never thought it. It never crossed my mind. If you ask me, would you thought you would have lost against, would have drawn against Juventus? I've never saw it coming, because all these kind of games we had them, and coming to Denver, I was sort of like we're gonna emulate what we did against Juventus, but we didn't do that. So this game is unpredictable. It's unpredictable that you might say maybe walkover helped you. Like our game against West City, we could have really fought if we won that game. Those are 3 points that you really fight hard for. West City are a very good side, very good side. So now I might say, oh, we got a walkover from them, but we have beat them twice, I think. So the walkover really couldn't say that no, because you didn't show up, that's why we got 3 points. We have done it before, so we could have also repeated it. Who knows? You see. So yeah, that's the nature of walkovers.
All right, and then just coming now to the upcoming game this coming weekend. It's the 21st of January. Quite a number of the players have been home. Some of them are students. They are not back yet. How does your squad look ahead of the weekend, and how does it affect your planning?
Look, yesterday, or this is the day before yesterday, I was trying to note down the players that I have that are around. I mean, the numbers, they're not encouraging. They're not encouraging. Looking at so and so, this and that. You ask yourself, not so long on my way to practice here, I was calling one of my goalkeepers to find out if he's available. You see, so this early game, this January games, literally, they're gonna affect us in a way, because we do not have the core. And I've spoken to majority of my players. They were telling me I'm coming back mid-February, beginning of March. So it's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be a challenge for us in terms of the squad, the depth. Yes, we might have 11, but these 11 have they played before? You see, so now I'm glad that the window is open. Maybe we can try to squeeze in some new players in there and try and see what we can do. But I can assure you that it's going to affect us one way or the other. I just pray that, on the day we go there and fight as a team.
All right, and this particular weekend we're playing against United Brothers. There's a bit of a history between Biazo and United Brothers. Well, how are you approaching this weekend, and how is it different from any other weekend?
The approach, man, look, the thing is a thought that counts, in this kind of games. When I'm playing Tenerife, when I'm playing Sehopo. I remember I was very well against Sehopo in a city. When we played them in our first season in the league, we didn't wanted to go through to go to play in the final, but it's one of those teams that distracted us. That left a dent of anger in me. That this one they distracted us in that game. We drew 2-2 against them. That until now, whenever I play them, I still have that thing that if it wasn't for you that day, maybe I could have been there. The same goes with these Shining Stars. There was a game that they scored very late against first season in the league, 1-1. Whenever I remember about Shining Stars, I remember that moment. Whenever I recall about Hope, I remember those kind of moments. It's those kind of things that they just distract you in a way. So now when you mention the name UB, I mean, there's a lot of feelings involved in these kind of things. I'm sure I know 90% of the team. So it's a game of football. I wish I could have been registered and play. You know, I think that's one of the games that if I can play, this one only. If I was registered to play, I would have been happy to play this game, because it's a game of like, you know, tactics goes out of the window in this game. You know, I know how they feel about us. I know how I feel about them. You know, so it has happened. We can't change it. They are there. They have their own team. We are still here. We are happy. So now it's all about who's going to collect 3 points on the day. You see, but if you're asking me that there are no feelings involved, there are feelings involved. It's a game of emotions. To say it like, it's not like it's not one of my favorite teams, you know, to be honest, you know. So it's a game whereby these boys, I just wish that majority of the people that were there when majority of the UB guys were here, they were involved in this game, because they understand where it is coming from. They understand what has happened. They understand more what it means to that man standing on the touchline. You see, so it's that understanding. It's not about let's go play, let's do this. That's why I'm trying my best that whoever is involved on the day, you need to understand the history between the two teams. You see, that's when you can emulate a certain performance. But it's not all about going there and having fun. That is not, you're not going there to have fun. You know, these are teams that I don't like personally. You see, so I cannot say that no, we are going there to say no, we're just trying to play football. No, it's a war. It's a proper war. It's a proper football war on Saturday.
What's your take on the league itself? Because if you look at the teams at the top, they are separated by just a few points, and it looks like it's there for anyone to take. And what's your take on the league, and what do you think your chances are as Biazo to win it this year?
Look, at this moment we have played 8 games. We are on position 5. Number 1 is position 9. I think what we need as a team is to be ready for the next game, you know, and be able to compete in that game. You see, so if we treat each and every game and keep on collecting our 3 points, that it will enable us to ask certain questions when somebody has dropped points up there. Because now, if you have 3 points with it, number 1, there are chances that look, they might draw, they might lose the games, they might do that. That's when you have to take over there. But to be honest with you, if you ask me, do I like to be on top there? I don't think I like to be number 1. I prefer number 3 or 2. That's my, because once you're on top there, everyone in the league, they want to prove a point. You see, I've beaten those ones, I've done this one. So first of all, once you're on top, when you play the football game, you ask yourself questions. I have to maintain my position. Now you forget about you focusing on a performance of the day. So I'd rather be on those positions and keep on asking questions. When the right moment comes, when the rhythm is in the team, boom, we take over there. You see, so the chances of winning the league, they are very high. These boys, you see, the good thing is that it's very important as a coach to have players that understand your vision, because they are not here just to have fun and go home. The aim is to say that since we joined the league is to win the league. Our first season we did well, unbeaten. Second season, then that's when the UB was born along the way, along that area of the second season in our league. Who knows if there was no problems with the UB guys? Maybe we could have been somewhere as a team, but that also distracted us. So this season, these guys understand that what it means for us, you know. So yeah, I'm happy with the way things are going so far. We just have to take it one game at a time.
All right, Coach, all the best this coming weekend against UP, and all the best with the rest of the season.
Thank you.
So as you heard the coach speaking now, there is a challenge around the squad and player availability being early Jan, you know. Some of the guys had gone home and have not returned as yet. So that is one of the challenges that we're going to be dealing with. We'll see probably quite a number of the guys coming in, and it's going to have to be a fight. But there are some guys who are back already, and some of the regulars from last year are back. So it's not like we're starting from scratch. We're absolutely fresh blood. So guys that have been around will continue to play, and we're hoping to come out with a good result this coming weekend. In terms of the game itself, where Biazo will be playing against the United Brothers, it should be quite an interesting game. United Brothers sitting 12th on the log, Biazo sitting 5th. But I think, like the coach did mention earlier, when it comes to some of these games, The form, the position in the log, it doesn't count for much. It's how you perform on the day. And so the plan is to go out, give it everything that we have, and fight for every point that we can get, every goal, every challenge. So in terms of the expectation, in terms of the predictions for this weekend, I wouldn't have a specific prediction. I think the one thing would be 3 points. We'll probably get at least a 2-goal margin with that. So yeah, that's my expectation for this coming weekend. And that is your Biazo weekend warm-up. Hope you have a good one and hope you come out with all 3 points.